Alright, here we are. It's July 12th, 2011. And the garden should be looking pretty good right now, but actually it's kind of sad. So I'd like to know what's going on. Here's a row of tomato plants. They're planted 1 foot apart. 3 of them are little yellow tomatoes, and they've been doing pretty well. But that's about the only thing in the garden that's doing well. Right here is a red tomato plant, and it has one itty bitty, whoops, there it is. It has one itty bitty tomato somewhere on here. Well, it's on there somewhere. I can't even find it. But by now it should have other tomatoes. And down here, the leaves just don't look very healthy, I'm sorry to say, on any of these plants. Here's a couple itty bitty. Actually, these are supposed to be the yellow tomatoes, so they won't get big, but the plant just looks scrawny. Is that a word? Scrawny. These are supposed to be Juliet tomatoes, like clusters. Well, they'll take a few weeks. They'll be okay. Here we have the cucumber plant. Not looking so good. Look at these leaves. They're light yellow and they've got spots all over them. And the cucumbers get to be a few inches, maybe 5 inches. I thought they were going to be big cucumbers, but they're not. I don't know exactly how big they're supposed to get. And here's an example of the little yellow tomatoes. All the tomatoes are bursting at the seams. They're cracking and splitting. And here I'm showing some of my green beans. Now, I only have 1 green bean plant, and it did okay. I harvested a few of those. That's what those are. And this, hold on, I have to move this. And this pepper plant is doing all right. It's got 3 peppers on it that are supposed to be orange, and they're going to be okay. Here is an early pepper plant, and it hasn't been early, and the only thing on it is this little teeny tiny, can you see it? I'll come close. This thing. That's my early bell pepper, and here it is, the middle of July. And the leaves don't look very healthy. And my jalapeno plants have produced some little itty bitty jalapenos, and the leaves are yellowish. Those are the jalapenos, not very big. Not growing very fast. And here's another plant. Everything is 1 foot apart. And I added, what is it, azomite, the rock dust, to the garden a couple weeks ago. And I put coffee grounds around some of the plants that I've read should have more acidic soil, but the coffee grounds haven't helped. Here's another tomato plant. The leaves just don't look very healthy. They're not big and beautiful. Then I'm growing sweet potatoes along in here, and I think they're doing okay. The leaves are kind of mottled there. I don't know what that means on a sweet potato plant. Never grown them before. But I kind of dug one up today and it looked like it was doing all right. So then there's more sweet potatoes. And here's my pride and joy, my yacon. And the leaves keep getting lighter. It used to be dark green. And now they're turning light, and that has me worried. A little new one has sprung up right there. That's good. But I keep having to pull leaves off of it because they keep going bad. Alright, let's see what else we have. This is another cucumber plant on the side of the garden. And guess what? This cucumber looks healthier. How do I see it with the camera? Let me hold it up. There it is. That looks like a more normal cucumber. And I just let the vine grow out of the garden and onto the ground, because why not? It's supposed to be a bush cucumber, but it doesn't look very bushy, does it? And then this over here is crookneck squash. And the leaves a lot of them have turned a real light color, and I pull them off when they get real light, because I don't know if I should leave them on or not. Here's some light ones. And now I am finally getting some little squash growing on here. So I have a few of about this size. As big as long as my finger. There it is. But again, it's middle of July. I don't know. It should be doing better. What else? Here is my pumpkin plant. And by the middle of July, shouldn't I have some sort of pumpkin on here? But I don't see a pumpkin forming anywhere. Do you have to have 2 pumpkin plants to cross-pollinate? I don't know. I've never grown a pumpkin. And right here, this tall one is my tomatillo plant. And the leaves are turning very light green, yellowish. Where's my hand? I'm looking for it here. Alright, hold on. I'm not used to this. Try again. Okay. They're turning very light, and that has me worried. Does that mean that the soil is not acid enough? It can't be that they're getting too much water. I come out about every day and check the soil and water it when it needs it. We've had a fair amount of rain, but I guess that sums it up for this part of the garden. Then, wait, there's another bell pepper. I don't know if you can see that bell pepper on there. There it is. And, oh, do I have a zucchini plant right there. That's the zucchini plant. But I don't see any zucchini anywhere on it. Let's go back out. Oh, I just broke that branch, didn't I? These are sensitive. No. And it's turning yellow, and I guess these flowers maybe will be zucchinis, but how come they aren't further along by now? Let's go to the last part of the garden. Over here. I'm learning how to hold this and get in close. Alright, these are tomatoes again. 1 foot apart. There's 3 of them on here. And by now I should have some red tomatoes, but maybe I only have 2 on here. Yeah, I think I have 2 tomato plants. And then on this end there's a watermelon. And on this end there's cantaloupe plant. So back to the tomatoes. I've got a couple green ones that'll be okay in a couple weeks if they don't split and rot before they turn red. There's another tomato, little one. And oh, here's the tomato plant. It has one little bitty tomato. Can you see it? There it is. That's it. On the whole plant, that one little tomato. Are they too crowded? Is that why they don't produce? You tell me. Now here's the cantaloupe plant. Leaves are turning kind of light color. And no cantaloupes that I can see. There are some flowers on there, but here it is again, middle of July. Shouldn't we have some sort of cantaloupes forming? It's been in here a few months. And the strawberry patch did well. That's been in here a couple years. And it's spread. My basil never looks healthy. Why? Why? Do I go in the store and it looks so healthy? And when I grow my own, it looks so unhealthy. And here's my okra. And I got some off of here, but the thing is I don't like okra. But I wanted to grow one plant just to see. And I forgot what that is, lemon balm. Lemon balm that I don't care for either, and I have nothing to do with. And it grows profusely. What is the word I want? And my thyme is okay. I just have very little use for it. My parsley has withered away to nothing. I might as well get rid of that. And I love parsley. Why can't I grow parsley? What's wrong with me? It's in this corner box that gets a fair amount of sun, but not an excessive amount. Here's my green bean plant. 1 bush green bean. And it's done okay the past couple of weeks. I picked a big handful of green beans off of there. And then we're back to the watermelon, middle of July. And how big? Whoops, let me back out. How big are the watermelons? Well, there's my hand. Not so big. Okay. So this film is for Donna, and I'm asking you for some suggestions for my garden. Like I said, I keep it watered, and Mel, who does square foot gardening, says you cannot overwater it because I guess it has so much of the vermiculite in it that it drains really well. So from a distance the garden looks good and healthy, but when you get up close you see a lot of problems. Oh, I do have one other plant. I have 2 yacon plants, and I think I told you that they're called is it ground apples? They grow underneath the soil, tubers, and they have kind of an apple taste that people just love. So I'm excited for that to grow. And also, I hate to say, I've got my tree collards planted in some pots, and they're not doing well at all. And I give them some shade during the day like it says, and plenty of water. I don't know. Where is my green thumb? Any suggestions, I'd be happy to hear. Thank you. Goodbye.